The human craving for acceptance is not just a social quirk, it's a deep-seated part of our psychological makeup. To understand this, we turn to the fields of evolutionary psychology and neuroscience. Our ancestors, living in small groups and tribes, relied heavily on social cohesion for survival. Those who were accepted within these groups had better access to resources, protection, and mating opportunities. Consequently, our brains evolved to be acutely sensitive to social cues, ensuring we remained in the good graces of our peers. This evolutionary background lays the groundwork for our modern-day need for acceptance. Psychological theories, such as Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, further illuminate this concept. Maslow placed belongingness and love needs, which include the need for interpersonal relationships and being part of a group, just above basic physiological and safety needs. This placement underscores the fundamental nature of our need to belong. Further adding to our understanding is the concept of social identity theory, which suggests that a significant part of our self-concept is derived from the groups to which we belong. Whether it's our family, social circle, professional community, or even a sports team, our identities are inextricably linked with these groups. This interdependence means that rejection or disapproval from these groups can feel like an existential threat to our sense of self. This deeply ingrained need for acceptance and fear of rejection is not inherently negative. It has fostered community, collaboration, and mutual support throughout human history. However, when this need becomes overpowering, it can lead to a host of psychological issues, including anxiety, depression, and a diminished sense of self-worth. In the digital age, the dynamics of social acceptance and rejection have been magnified and complicated by social media. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok have transformed the landscape of social interaction, creating virtual spaces where the quest for likes, shares, and followers often becomes a proxy for social approval. Social media's impact on our desire for acceptance can be understood through two primary lenses: comparison and instant feedback. On these platforms, we are constantly bombarded with curated, often idealized representations of others' lives. This endless stream of images and narratives can lead to detrimental social comparison, where we measure our own lives against these often unrealistic standards. This phenomenon is not just conjecture. Numerous studies have linked heavy social media use with increased feelings of inadequacy, envy, and lower self-esteem. Moreover, social media provides instant and quantifiable feedback on our social standing in the form of likes, comments, and shares. This feature plays directly into our evolutionary wiring for social cues. Each like or comment acts as a micro-validation, a digital nod of approval, feeding into our need for acceptance. Conversely, the lack of such engagement can be perceived as a form of rejection, triggering feelings of inadequacy and anxiety. But it's not just the quantity of feedback that matters, it's also the nature of it. Social media interactions lack the depth and nuance of face-to-face communication. This absence of depth can lead to misunderstandings and a skewed perception of social dynamics. Furthermore, the anonymity and distance provided by these platforms can sometimes lead to harsher, more judgmental interactions than would occur in person, amplifying the fear of rejection. It's crucial to recognize that while social media can exacerbate our desire for acceptance and fear of rejection, it is also a tool that, when used mindfully, can foster connection and community. The key lies in our approach and the awareness we bring to our use of these platforms. Having understood the psychological underpinnings of our desire for acceptance and the complex role social media plays in this dynamic, we are now better equipped to explore the philosophical foundations of individualism. This exploration will provide us with insights and tools to navigate the delicate balance between our innate need for social connection and our pursuit of authentic self-expression. Individualism, at its core, is a philosophy that places the individual at the center of its universe. It emphasizes the moral worth of the individual, the importance of personal autonomy, and the value of self-reliance and independence. This philosophy encourages individuals to pursue their own values and goals, and to express themselves freely, without undue influence from society, institutions, or external pressures. The origins of individualism can be traced back through centuries of philosophical thought, but it particularly flourished during the Enlightenment, a period marked by a seismic shift in thinking about the individual's role in society. Philosophers like John Locke and Jean-Jacques Rousseau discussed ideas of personal freedom and the rights of the individual, laying the groundwork for modern individualism. However, it was in the works of later philosophers like Søren Kierkegaard and Friedrich Nietzsche where individualism found some of its most profound expressions. Kierkegaard, often considered the father of existentialism, emphasized the importance of individual choice and responsibility. He believed that true understanding and authenticity come from an individual's personal journey, a concept he beautifully encapsulated in his assertion that the crowd is untruth. Nietzsche took this a step further, challenging the very foundations of societal norms and morality. He advocated for the creation of one's own values, famously declaring the death of God, a metaphor for the collapse of absolute moral values. Nietzsche's concept of the Übermensch, or overman, is a call for individuals to rise above traditional societal norms and create a life that is truly their own. The benefits of embracing individualism are manifold. Firstly, it leads to greater personal freedom. By recognizing and asserting our own values and beliefs, we free ourselves from the shackles of conformity and societal expectations. This freedom allows us to explore and express our true selves, leading to a more authentic and fulfilling life. Moreover, individualism fosters creativity and innovation. When we are not bound by the norms and conventions of society, we are free to think and act differently. This environment is fertile ground for new ideas, artistic expression, and breakthroughs in various fields. History is replete with examples of individuals who, by following their unique vision, have brought about significant advancements and changes in society. Another significant benefit is the development of personal responsibility. Individualism teaches us that we are the architects of our own lives. This realization empowers us to take control of our destiny, make conscious choices, and bear the consequences of our actions. It instills a sense of accountability and self-reliance, which are crucial for personal growth and self-improvement. Individualism also promotes emotional and psychological well-being. When we live according to our own standards and values, we are more likely to experience a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. This alignment between our actions and our inner selves can lead to greater mental health, reducing feelings of anxiety and depression often associated with living inauthentically. However, it's important to note that individualism is not about self-centeredness or egotism. It's not about disregarding the needs and rights of others. Rather, it's about finding a balance between our own needs and the well-being of the community. It's about understanding that our true power lies not in diminishing others, but in empowering ourselves. Having explored the philosophy of individualism and its myriad benefits, we now turn to practical steps we can take to overcome the fear of being disliked. This next section will provide actionable advice and strategies to help us embrace our individuality and cultivate a mindset of courage and authenticity.